Welcome to the Irresistible You podcast. This is the place to get a dose of empowerment to create the life you crave and deserve. My name is Amy, and I am the founder of Irresistible University. Through my podcasting courses, I teach women just like you how to ditch the body image issues, gain confidence, and lose the emotional weight to look and feel irresistible at any size. If you like the podcast, you're going to love the Irresistible You online self-study course and VIP private podcast. If you want to learn more about it, head on over to irresistibleicing.com/course. That link is also in the show notes. Welcome back to the podcast. We are coming off the heels of Thanksgiving break. So I hope everyone listening had an amazing Thanksgiving. I was wiped out. So, as I told you in the last episode, we went to watch our yearly Nutcracker ballet, which was so fun. It was the first time Frank and Javi went with us, which Javi actually ended up really liking it. He was bored, like little bits and pieces here and there, but overall, like he really loved it. We had a really great night. And that was after cooking all day on Wednesday. And then Thursday, you're cooking all day on Thursday, then hosting Thanksgiving. And I have to tell you, by Friday, I was just done. I was wiped out. I was done. And I needed to just zone out for a couple days at home and do absolutely nothing but finish up Christmas decorating, do some gaming. You guys, I finished my diamond painting witch that I've been working on since September. I posted it over on my TikTok. Anyway, so that was Thanksgiving. We're back in the swing of things. We're in full-blown Christmas season. It is here. It is upon us. And would you not believe I already am getting Valentine's Day ads in my inbox this morning. So I digress. But I want to talk about what we're entering into because this is cozy season. Cozy season is magical. We have the holidays, we have the twinkling lights, we have the sweaters, the beautiful cookies. And that's the fun side. I always say every year, I just want to live in my little curated snow globe of Christmas and watch all the stupid Christmas movies, sit at home with my lights on, hang out with my family. But I also want to talk about the dark side of Christmas, the dark side of the holidays, because while we are entering into cozy magic season, we are also entering into a season where, as women, we unconsciously disconnect from our bodies. And we do it not because we're lazy, not because we don't care, but the truth is, leggings are comfortable, they're stretchy, they're forgiving, but they're also emotionally numbing. So, in this episode, I want to talk about how to wake you up, how to be more intentional before the first hot day of spring comes with that all familiar slap in the face reality moment where, girl, it's hot outside and you don't have nothing to wear. So, let's get into it. So, um, number one, I love me a good pair of leggings. I love a good comfortable out. Y'all can see me if you're watching the video. I'm in my athleisure. I've got my cute, like stylish hoodie on. It's got little like just little like elevated moments here and there in the hoodie. So it's not just a hoodie, right? But I love a good athleisure outfit. I like to be comfortable. And honestly, the older I get, the more comfortable I want to be and the more I want to be at home. I also love a good cozy day. Like, as I'm recording this, we are getting downpours of rain in Virginia Beach, and I am loving it. Frank is at work, the kids are at school. I'm here in my cozy, Irresistible You studio office with all my purple lights on. I got my fake fire going in the background. I am vibing out over here with the cozy vibes. It's dark and it's only like 10:30 in the morning. It's dark in here and I am in my zone. I am in the flow, right? But talking about the dark side of things, we want to talk about how leggings lie. I love them, but they're dangerous. They're dangerous when you wear them every single day consistently. They look good, they feel good, but girl, another thing about leggings that we love is that they hide everything. You could gain 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 plus pounds while you're wearing leggings day in and day out and never even realize if you're so tuned out of your body, right? Comfort and wearing cute, cozy, comforting clothes is not the problem. It's not the enemy. The enemy here is the disconnection. And that's what we're talking about here is that unconscious disconnection from you and your body and sitting around living in leggings, not realizing that you're eating your face off until, 3 months go by and it's now hot and you have to wear a skirt or you have to wear shorts and nothing in your closet's going to fit you. Been there, done that, and it is a horrible, horrible feeling. So, just like leggings aren't the problem, leggings aren't the enemy, cozy season isn't the problem either. It is the disappearing act that we all are familiar with, right? You're wearing the oversized sweaters, the hair's up in the claw clip. We've got, we're not going anywhere today. We're just sitting at home wrapping presents and doing a little bit of work. So I'm not going to wear makeup. I'm not going to wear any jewelry. I'm not going to put my perfume on. And you're not really looking at yourself in the mirror too much today. And while on the surface level, all of this might seem like vanity, it might seem like, oh, it's just all about looks. No. Over time, consistently staying in leggings, not doing your hair, not doing your makeup, not putting your perfume, not putting your jewels on, you start to, it's like a slow erosion of you and your femininity, right? Like you slowly stop seeing yourself as this woman and you just start seeing yourself as this person that exists. You're just existing, floating around through life. So it's not the cozy season does not have to be the enemy here. In fact, it shouldn't be the enemy. It's the disappearing, disconnecting act that you are falling into. And the thing about it is, and I know I was like this way for years, is you don't realize you're doing it. That's what's dangerous about it as it becomes this unconscious thing that we just do. And until you hear something like this podcast today, maybe this is your wake up call. Maybe this is the first time you've heard it in these words and you're like, "Oh my God, I do this and I'm tired of waking up in the spring." It's like you're awakening from hibernation, like you're some kind of oh my God, have you seen that bear video? There's the bear video where this bear is waking up from hibernation and he or she is rough. And it's become like all these funny memes like, "Oh, this is me on Monday. This is me." Like they're really funny. Anyway, you're becoming the bear just like coming out of hibernation and then acting surprised that your clothes don't fit. You're swollen, you're inflamed, you don't feel good about yourself. And it's not just about the weight gain, it's about the disappearing act. It's about you not letting yourself feel like the sexy, irresistible woman that you're supposed to be because you stop giving a shit. And the more you stop giving a shit, the more you disconnect from yourself, the more you start to feel like shit every day. And it's this chain reaction because then you're not feeling like yourself. So it feeds more into, well, what's the point? Why should I get dressed? Why should I do myself up? I look like shit anyway. And I always take this example back to making the bed. We could argue, and I'm a big proponent of when you wake up in the morning, sometimes even before I use the bathroom, it depends on who's still asleep. I get up and I make the bed because it's the first small little task that you can do to like jumpstart your day and it just propels all of this other momentum for you. The other reason I do it is it just looks good, right? I don't want to come into my room, especially me working from home. I go into my room to use the bathroom, right? That's where my restroom is when I'm working from home. And I don't want to go into my room and it looks so disgusting, so unkept. And then it also is like, could make that temptation to be like, ooh, I just want to get back in bed. But here's the thing when your bed is made and your hair is made and your face is made up, girl, you're not about to lay that. Look, you will not lay down that beat face on your pillowcases because I'm not trying to get makeup all over my pillowcases. So it kind of ties into that. And also, the other reason I say that about making the bed is we could very easily argue what's the point? I'm going to come back in 12 hours and I'm going to get back in the bed and I have to unmake the bed. And if you want to go down that route, I mean, we could say a lot of things like that. What's the point in taking a shower? I got to take another one today, tomorrow, right? Like that's disgusting. But you get my point is that when you get into that mindset of what's the point? I'm just staying home. What's the point? No one's going to see me. I see me. I want to be able to look in the mirror and feel good about myself. And again, it's not about the weight and how much you've lost or how much you've gained or what you weigh. It's about how much am I taking care of myself? Did I do my makeup today? Do I like what I see in the mirror? You may not like the body that you're in. You may not like the size that you're at, but there's other things you can control right now because obviously we can't lose the weight in 5 minutes. That's not going to happen. But we can do things to ourselves to make ourselves feel pretty, to make ourselves feel irresistible. So don't get caught in that dangerous cycle. And just because it's winter, just because it's cozy season, don't allow yourself to disappear. Do not allow yourself to disappear into the comfortable clothes until, the spring comes around. Here's the kicker here. And here's what I really want you to hear out of this episode. Getting dressed. And when I say getting dressed, I mean a collective put your makeup on, do your hair, put your cute outfit on that's going to accentuate your figure and make you feel confident. Getting dressed is the antidote to this disappearing act in this cozy season. Getting dressed is confrontation, and that is the point. Putting on real jeans, not jeggings, girl, not leggings, putting on real jeans that fit your body, a cute little top, some lip gloss, some mascara, it forces you to ask yourself and to see yourself. And it forces you to say, how do I actually feel in my body today? Am I still here? Am I actively being here? Am I in the moment or have I checked out again? It's not about shaming yourself. It's not about belittling yourself. No, it's about creating awareness, creating space. Because when you consistently avoid being in your body, getting yourself dressed up, and I'm not talking dressed up like you're going to the ballet. I'm talking about dressed up to just go to the school pickup line, dressed up to go to work, putting a little effort into what we're doing here. It's about creating that awareness, creating that mindfulness so that you can enjoy lounging around with the cozy blanket and the cozy clothes on the couch and watching corny ass Hallmark Christmas movies, but also being mindful and checked into where you are in your body so that you're not waking up in March and going, oh my God, I gained 40 pounds and I didn't realize it. And then acting as if gaining 40 pounds, acting like someone else did it to you. And at the end of the day, we're the only ones that do it to ourselves. Yes, there might be things happening around you, circumstances we can't control. That is not an excuse or a free for all to just treat yourself like shit. Okay. So when you avoid yourself, when you avoid your reflection, you're avoiding your reality. And I can speak on this because I lived like this for a long time. For a long time. And because I've gone through it multiple times, the last thing I want for you is to experience the winter wake up call that nobody wants to have. Picture it, Sicily. If you get that reference, I love you. Okay, picture it. The first hot day. You know what I'm talking about. It has been cold. It's been disgusting. Everybody's just, hunkering down in the house, not going out, not doing a whole lot of things. And all of a sudden, and if you're in Virginia Beach, we always have one of these days in January. Every year it hits the 70 mark. So it's that first hot, warm-ish day. Okay. And you go to put on your shorts. Let's just use shorts as an example. You go to put on those cute denim shorts. And girl, you are devastated because they won't even go past your thighs. Or maybe you got them over them hips and you zip them, but you can't breathe and it's creating like this massive muffin top. I hate that. Or they don't fit and everything feels awful in that moment. And I have been there, and it is devastating. It feels dehumanizing. It feels like, oh my God, how did this happen to me? Why did I do this to myself again? Why did I allow this to happen to me? And it feels like a betrayal to yourself. But here's the rub: in that moment, it's the first time that you've really taken a look at your body and yourself in months. You were asleep. You were numbing out. You were emotionally disconnected from your body. And as a result, you just ignored it. And let's be real, we can gain all this weight in leggings, not really notice it. But if you're anything like me and you listen to this podcast, you're very in tune with your weight. And you know when you're gaining weight. You know the feeling, the little swollen fingers. You're waking up in the morning, everything is hurting, everything is starting to feel swole. You just feel bloated. You could tell things are getting a little bit tight. Girl, you know, but then the moment you start to feel that discomfort, you go into denial and you act like it's not happening. And then day after day after day after day, you're zoning out. You're just wearing the leggings. You're not doing yourself up, and you just fall asleep at the wheel. You fall asleep at the wheel. So, what this does to you as a woman, to your identity, right? To just who you are, what you've done in this moment, and it's a series of moments, right? Because this doesn't happen overnight. This doesn't happen after a month. This is months and months and months of the winter season, right? You wake up and you feel like you stop trying, you stop caring, and you stop showing up for yourself. That right there is what it comes down to, is that you truly stop showing up for yourself. And you shrink yourself. You shrink yourself by not showing up because you don't want to be seen. So because you start to gain the weight, you don't want to do yourself up in other ways. You don't want to call attention to yourself. You don't want to put on a lot of sparkly makeup. You don't want to put on a lot of showy jewelry, right? You don't want to do certain things because you don't want people to notice you. So you shrink your entire world and you go into survival mode. And girl, I need you to be in sparkle mode, okay? Especially this time of year. This is the time of year to shine, to sparkle, to do it up. Wear the sequins, wear the glitter, wear the sparkles. Do it, do it, do it, do it. So while the rest of the world is hibernating, right? Nature's hibernating. The trees are, doing their thing, dying off and getting ready to come back for their rebirth. Your self-worth has also gone dormant. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to feel irresistible now, to not wait until spring and the panic hits you. You don't want to do that. You want to wake up in the spring going, oh my God, I'm so excited for a new season. I had a really good time in the winter. I really got some restoration. I, rejuvenated myself. I allowed myself to like deep think, reflect on everything. And now that spring is coming, I want to, blossom, no pun intended, get out here and enjoy life, you know, rebirth myself, because you spent all this time in the winter reflecting, working on yourself, not numbing out, not being in denial, not being delusional about what's happening to you. Okay. And as we move into this cozy season, I want to encourage you to get dressed, put on an outfit, do your hair, um, swipe on a little makeup, a little lip gloss never hurt anybody, a little swipe of mascara. Um, if you want to go full glam, girl, go full glam. Put on that jewelry, put it on, um, put on the perfume and look at yourself. Like actually look at yourself. One thing I recommend to everyone, because you don't have to show this to anyone, get on your phone and take selfies, take videos of yourself, because the more you get comfortable seeing yourself in different angles, the more you get comfortable. And I have to face this a lot with like recording and, like it's so awful sometimes having to hear your own voice, because I don't know, it's just even as a podcaster, that's so weird for me to hear myself. But the more you hear yourself, you see yourself, you look at yourself, it builds a comfort. It builds a comfort. You're no longer a stranger or a prisoner in your own body. Look at yourself in the mirror, in the daylight, in the light. Like, don't just do this stuff at nighttime. And this is not to judge yourself at all. It's not to judge yourself. It's not to shame yourself. It's to come home to you, right? The winter and cozy season is all about, being at home, hunkering down, you know, um, reflecting, rejuvenating, all those things. But you are the home. You need to come home to yourself because you have not been home in years. You have not allowed yourself to come home and be comfortable in your own skin. You know, eat things that make you feel nurtured, eat things that make you feel good about yourself. Um, you notice I'm not telling you to get on a diet. I'm not telling you to lose weight. I'm not telling you to get on some bullshit fitness routine. Do things that feel good for you. If weight loss and getting into a smaller body is what you are called to do and it's what you want to do, then do it. Do it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm so sick of seeing online influencers or TikTokers or whatever you want to call people that are online. I hate the word influencer. Anyway, online personalities that have been plus size or have been overweight and now they're, taking the shot and they're trying to lose weight, trying to do better for themselves from a health standpoint, and they have to constantly apologize for weight loss. No. No. I will never do that. I am never going to apologize for losing weight and for wanting to lose more weight so that I can feel comfortable and healthy and good in my own skin. Never. Now, I think where they get it twisted is they think they've preached this message like, oh, health at any size, or you could be beautiful at any size. And yeah, that doesn't change if you lose weight. Like, you can feel good about yourself. You can do all the things that I'm telling you to do right now, no matter what size you're at, no matter where you are in your journey, in your weight loss journey. All of these things are possible, and you should be doing all of these things. You shouldn't be waiting for the weight to do all of these things, but you do not need to apologize. You do not owe anyone your fatness. You do not owe it to the world to stay fat. Because you have a family that's fat and overweight and never took care of themselves, you do not owe it to them to stay miserable because they're all miserable, right? Like, you don't owe it to anyone. If you create content and you started creating that content on plus size, you don't owe it to anyone to stay a certain way. We are human. We are going to change. If you're not changing, I would be more concerned. We should be evolving and changing as we go through life. So, as we get to this winter, come home to yourself. You're not going to get your sparkle back just by losing weight. You're going to get your sparkle back by showing up for yourself today, by putting on the clothes, by getting dressed, by taking ownership of yourself and not feeling like a victim that everything is happening to you. The weight loss doesn't just happen to you. You create it, or the weight gain doesn't just happen to you. You create that, just like you create the weight loss, right? Getting dressed, getting your glam on is one of the simplest ways to reconnect with your body, your confidence, your identity, and create the life that you want. Because again, looks are not just surface level. When you look good, it makes you feel good. When you look better, you feel better. And when you feel better and you feel more confident, guess what? Feelings turn to actions. And those actions are you doing things to better your life. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you do good. Period. There's no arguing that statement. So no more disappearing into leggings. Wear the leggings, but you have to stop zoning out. No more zombie walking our asses through winter. We're going to start putting on our sparkles. We're going to start feeling irresistible now. We're not waiting until the beginning of the year. That is bullshit. We are doing it now through the holidays, because if you can't learn how to take care of yourself through these hard times, and when I say hard times, I don't mean the holidays are horrible, but they're stressful, right? They're stressful, either good or bad. Like, whether you've got really good things going on or whether you've got, bad things, the holidays have a level of stress that no other time of the year has. So we've got to take care of ourselves now. Okay. So I hope this has resonated with you. I want you to get out of denial. I want you to face where you are. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to get your sparkle back so you can feel irresistible. If you love the podcast, make sure that you head over and leave a rating and review on your podcast player of choice. I also want to encourage you that if you do like the podcast, you will absolutely love my private podcast. Oh, I can't talk. Excuse me. You will love my private podcast that comes with the online course. So head on over to irresistibleicing.com/course and you can learn all about that, see everything that's included, and snag your seat to enroll. I'm going to run. I will catch you in the next episode. Until then, stay irresistible. Bye, guys.